to my kitchen, and today we're going to be making banana nut bread. Not just any banana nut bread, we're going to be making a delicious, easy, simple recipe of banana nut bread. Even though it's easy and simple and not complicated ingredients, it's not going to sacrifice any quality or flavor or texture. I promise you that it's going to be amazing, so amazing that everyone's going to come back for seconds, including you. I can't wait to get started with this recipe, so let's get into it. Everything that you will be needing for this recipe. You're going to need salt, avocado oil or any type of oil such as olive oil, or you can use butter too if that works for you. If you want to make banana nut bread, you're going to need pecans or walnuts. They have a very similar texture and flavor. They add a little bit of crunch. I love that. If you don't want to have nuts in your banana bread, just leave it out. Sugar, baking soda. You're going to need butter, whatever your preference of butter. 2 eggs, cow's milk, oat milk, almond milk, coconut milk, cashew milk, whatever milk will do. Work with what you got. All-purpose flour or whatever flour you like to use. Very ripe bananas. I know they don't look very appetizing, but they are perfect for making the most flavorful, delicious banana bread. A couple of tools that you can use during this recipe, but are not necessary in any way. You can use an electric mixer if you'd like. I'm not going to be using that because I'm keeping it super basic and simple, so anyone and everyone can make this dish and follow along. I'm going to be using a measuring cup, I'm going to use a spatula, and I'm going to use a masher. This masher I got from Walmart for like $1 or $2, but you can always use your hands. Okay, so let's get started, and we're gonna open up our bananas. I recommend to use 4 ripe bananas. If all you have is 3, work with what you've got, but I'm using a 4th banana in place of a half a cup of sugar. I'd rather use a half a cup of sugar than a whole cup of sugar and have an extra banana instead. Okay, now let's mash them. Get it as creamy as you can. If it's not perfect, it's okay. Now we're going to add both of our eggs. A couple cracks of salt or a half a tablespoon. I just guess it. We're going to add our baking soda. Add 1 teaspoon. If you don't have a measuring spoon, that's okay. Just use the smallest spoon in your drawer. Mix it together. Okay, now that this is all mixed together, you're going to put it to the side. Now that I brought over a clean bowl, I'm going to use a half a cup of sugar. If you want it to be very sweet, like cake sweet, use a full cup of sugar. But that's why I put the extra banana to replace the other half a cup of sugar. I'm going to use butter, a half a cup. If you don't have a half a cup, just work with what you've got. Now that we have our butter, we're going to add a teaspoon of milk. The small spoon. Let's mash it up. Butter and sugar together smells so good. Now we're going to add our 2 cups of flour. Now mix it together. Think of dry with dry and wet with wet. Now we're gonna take the largest bowl that we have, that we've been using, and we're gonna mix a little bit of the flour and butter mixture and a little bit of the egg mixture. And we're gonna keep mixing until it's all combined. This is exactly what you should be looking for. If it's not perfectly smooth, that's absolutely okay. Mine's not perfectly smooth. A little bit of texture is really good. If you want to have banana nut bread, here's where you're going to add your nuts. Add about 1 or 2 cups, depending on how much you want the crunchiness in your banana bread. I don't really measure, I just put what I feel looks good. Now you're gonna grab your baking dish of your choice for you to cook your banana bread in. I'm using this pretty glass one today for the video. You can use a tin one like this. You can use a disposable one from the store, the dollar store, or just work with whatever you got. Make this banana bread happen. Because my cooking dish is glass, I'm gonna use a little bit of parchment paper on the bottom. Usually I use a lot of parchment paper on all sides and the bottom, or I use oil all over it. But in this case, for this video, for the aesthetic, I'm just gonna put a little bit on the bottom and spray the dish. You can do whatever works for you, and then I'm gonna add our banana bread mixture. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of nuts to the outside to make it look pretty. It's completely optional though. Now you're gonna wanna place your banana bread in your oven, whether it's a regular oven or a toaster oven like I'm using today. I'm using the toaster oven because it's so easy and convenient, and I love to use it. You're gonna cook your banana bread at 350 degrees for 70 minutes. I highly recommend to check your bread the last 10 to 15 minutes to make sure it's not overcooked. Our banana nut bread is now ready. Let's give it a try and see how it tastes. Yum! It's so warm, yummy, crunchy, and flavorful. It's not too sweet, but not too not sweet. It's perfect. And I can't wait to spread butter on it. Until next time, bye.